Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to For the Fan, episode number 112. I am Will, and we got Colton, Jake, and Dom here. Hello, gentlemen.
What is up?
Man, what a week 12 this was. There was just so much that went down, a lot of news, a lot of just everything going down. We're almost 75% of the way done with this season, and it's unfortunate how fast football season goes. Just comes and just goes.
I felt like last week we were all like, oh, this is the 50 or the halfway point of the season. And now I feel like it's getting down to crunch time. It's getting down to playoff hunt time. It's getting down to fantasy playoffs are right around the corner.
So successfully clinched my 1 seed and trying to secure another 1 seed in the process. So let's go. Meanwhile, the work league, I lost because, Amari Cooper got blasted on the 10-yard line. So
I'm all over the place, man. I got leagues where I'm borderline last place, and I got leagues where I'm borderline first place. So I'm all over.
You got retired by me and DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, also true. Jake admitted that to me last night. Our matchup last year, championship matchup, came down to that DeMar Hamlin game, and
well, no, we had a 2-week thing, but
yeah, but that game was huge for our matchup, and Jake finally admitted to me last night that game could have meant something. So
could have.
I was happy to hear that, but I lost fair and square still, and I do stand by that. So that was a good moral victory in my head, especially because I might not make playoffs this year, but
just had to make it feel better.
Mm-hmm.
More benefit for me. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, and you are listening to For the Fan.
You are listening to For the Fan.
And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Follow us on the banner that's down below: YouTube For the Fan Network, TikTok For the Fan Network, Twitter or X For the Fan _, and Instagram For the Fan Football. You can also find us on your local podcasting streaming platforms next day, or whenever I decide to upload it before the next day, as always. And gentlemen, let's break down the biggest news here, which is, I don't know if you want to say it's a shock or not, but the Panthers decided to fire Frank Reich Monday morning. Said, hey, 11 games in, we're done. We've seen enough. They fired him, after signing a 4-year deal, after his stint with the Colts, thinking, hey, he can, get Bryce Young to where he could go, maybe take the Panthers to that next level. Coming up, a game and a half short last year from the playoffs with Steve Wilks. Back to square one again for the Carolina Panthers.
Well, I don't know about square one. Really? I think
it's square one.
I don't know. I think since the beginning of the season, at least they have made some progress. Bryce Young's played some games. They've had some team here that's entirely new, top to bottom, basically, have played together at least for half a season and whatnot. I don't think square one is really it. But obviously, as far as coaching goes, it's so up in the air, so lost. There's nothing solid there, and that's just not a good place, especially when you also fired the quarterback's coach, who is a notorious journeyman in the league, been there, done that kind of guy for Bryce Young, as well as the head coach. I mean, that's tough. That's tough. And for you to that just be all up in the air now and just ditch that whole thing that Bryce Young has had so far this year in his short NFL career so far, that's a tough thing to do to a rookie quarterback like that. So
Bryce Young might be in a lot of trouble here. I think David Tepper, who was the majority owner for the Pittsburgh Steelers before he became the owner of the Carolina Panthers, seems he has not learned much in Pittsburgh with his time there, sitting in the backseat on how to do business. Steelers have had 3 coaches, clearly, in the most recent memory. They do not fire guys: Tomlin, Cowher, and Chuck Hull. And we're already out of the gate firing Frank Reich. Again, do I believe Frank Reich deserves to be fired? No. But, there's been also a lot of mixed feelings and comments around the Carolina Panthers. Did Frank Reich actually want Bryce Young? You saw a clip of them, Josh McCown and Frank Reich, pretty much the whole coaching staff meeting with C. Stroud, I think, at this pro day. And was like, pretty much pointing the fact that he's most likely their guy that they like the most. And all of a sudden, draft day comes and you look short, yet talented, Bryce Young. But again, there's a lot of mixed thoughts from the Carolina Panthers, and I think a lot of it points at David Tepper. And I don't know what they're going to do at head coach. I don't know what head coach is going to sign up for this job. Again, a young person's going to sign in for it, but I really don't understand what's going to go on here. David Tepper's going to have a real issue trying to find a legitimate head coach if he's going to be this quick triggered in firing guys and not let them do their jobs also, by the way.
And not only that, like, obviously somebody's lying because there was all the reports about they really like CJ Stroud. They really like CJ Stroud. Oh, but we're going to trade up to get CJ Stroud. But then I also like Bryce Young. The consensus was Bryce Young. Like, there was reports that everybody besides Tepper wanted Stroud and Tepper alone wanted Bryce Young. And all of a sudden Tepper wanted Bryce Young. So somebody's lying.
There are holes in your story.
There's somebody somewhere is lying. That he's don't math. The math's not mathing.
So since David Tepper bought the Panthers were 6-2 in the 2018 season, looking like they were going to make the playoffs, all that stuff. They have 24 wins since he has bought the Panthers. And just like that, in the 99 games he's been the owner, 22 of those have been head coached by an interim guy. Not a steady ship, just nearly 25% is just, hey, he's not really going to be the head coach, so we're just going to be finding a new guy. But what really makes it, like, what's going to get like a candidate like Ben Johnson out in, Detroit, who's going to be, the hot commodity of
He's not going to sign up for this job.
But someone like that, like who's going to be like, you know what, I want to interview for this thing. I feel like you're going to be getting the people like, oh man, I'm drawing a blank on who he is. He went to Minnesota defensive coordinator.
Brian
Flores. You got Lovie Smith. You're going to get like these guys where it's like, yeah, we know you're not going to be the guy, but we kind of want to like get the ship steady, but we're still going to can you after a year or two, sort of deal.
That's what I'm saying. I know who's going to sign up for this job if Tepper's not going to let guys draft the player they want. Like, you bring in a whole coaching staff, you bring in a GM. Okay, you're stuck with him. This is the guy that you want. That's fine. The problem is they took Bryce Young and they didn't want him. So I don't know, man. That's a problem if you're David Tepper. You should have learned what was going on in Pittsburgh. Learn your lesson, sit back and let the GM run the show. Sure, you can have your impact and thoughts, but my goodness, he's all involved like he's Jerry Jones. But the problem is he's not Jerry Jones. Buzz off.
I mean, also, they didn't just fire these two. They had fired the assistant head coach and partial offensive coordinator, Deuce Staley. So
that was the interim guy that fired him. So it's not like Tepper said that. Like, the guy that they put as the interim guy fired them because he kind of wants.
No, you just clean the entire offensive coaching staff out.
Everyone around
Bryce Young just got fired.
Yeah, that's the toughest part. Is everyone? Josh McCown did not need to be fired, bro. That is the most obscure thing to me. It's because, like, all right, so the season might be lost, right? Okay, we get that.
They could still make the playoffs, but the mathematical equations, like,
that's not
malarkey.
That's not your aim right now in this season, is to make playoffs. That's not your aim. Your aim is kind of to get this team a little bit on track, get Bryce Young a rookie season still. Why would you fire the quarterback coach in that scenario when it's Josh McCown? And that's obviously, I would think, would have been a mentor a little bit to Bryce Young. And there's, like, that just seems like an overreaction to me. I don't understand that. That seems like it's too much. It seems too unstable. I just don't. The whole situation blows. I think the whole situation blows, and that sucks for Bryce Young. I think that's the most important part is Bryce Young, obviously. So that's a tough situation. And like you guys said, this is not an attractive place to sign for a head coach. And especially,
if you want to think of it, it is kind of attractive knowing, hey, you get $30 million in your can and you still get the $30 million. I mean, listen, you get to do a half a year's of work. You get that $30 million.
It's just when you're thinking about that and you're thinking about these head coaching jobs coming up, You have Washington, which I know is an attractive place. I've seen reports saying that's going to be one of the most attractive places to sign as a head coach. You might have the Chargers, which you're given a lot there, man. I mean, that's
no, Chargers are firing Brandon Staley after the season.
I know.
If
No, it's going to be a spot for head coaches to sign. Like, there's way more attractive places than the Panthers, and it's only making it worse. It's only going to make it more difficult to get a head coach in there. I mean, it's just not. It's a sucky situation for the Panthers, for Bryce Young, all the way around. And that's
and nobody likes to deal with an owner who's got his hand too much in the process.
Yeah.
Like, some of the worst years this century for the Eagles were when Jeffrey Lurie was very involved. The end of the Carson Wentz era, and
there was
look how that went. Once he started taking a step back and let everybody kind of do their job, righted the ship.
There was the whole catastrophe for the Dolphins with Flores, and then them saying
it's never worked.
Yeah, getting paid to lose games by the owner. Like, this stuff is never
Jerry
a
Jones
good thing.
forever.
Jerry Jones, yeah. Remember he said that right in front of the head coach at the press conference? That was bad. Our problem is coaching. Right next to your coach. Good. Nice. Good job. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not, you just got to – that's a tough situation. It's tough. And it's only getting tougher, apparently.
Still mathematically in the hunt for the playoffs, but, you know, the Panthers need a lot of stuff to happen in the direction that they need if they want to somehow make a postseason run. So it's better safe than never to just put that E next to their name.
The league to just go like full blown Rudy and lay down and say, okay, you win.
Let's see. So Shaquille Leonard was released last week. He visited Dallas and Philadelphia Tuesday and Wednesday. He's going to be taking a couple days to decide where he wants to go. I guess probably watch the games this week, kind of figure out, okay, hey, let's look at the defensive schemes going on. And maybe make a decision next week.
I think it's just the agents trying to milk some dollars.
I mean, what are you going to pay him? You're not going to give him $5 million for like, what, 5 weeks? Like,
more between 1 year versus 3 years.
No, he ain't getting a 3-year deal. He's getting a rest season deal. There's no way I'm signing him long term.
I don't know. I feel like it's not a bad choice. A 2-year deal, I feel like, wouldn't even be incredibly bad.
No, I could see him probably. I think he might be. He's probably realized it's this late in the week. I met both teams. Both offers are probably very similar, and probably a week to make sure that no one gets hurt. Like, I'm not going to go sign up for Philly and Jalen blows his knee out. I'm not going to go sign up at Dallas and Dak blows his knee out. If I'm ready this late in the week, let me just wait, make sure I'm not healthy, and make my decision. I guarantee that's also what's adding to this.
Plus, agents are going to play the game.
That's what I'm saying. I think the agent's just playing the game.
Yeah,
and he wasn't going to sign sight on scene for either team because he reportedly just left the Eagles like half an hour ago.
Yeah, you know, it's the agents. They're going to play a game a little bit, and that's how it goes. You know, maybe wait for another offer. You know, I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
The way Sirianni was talking in the press conference, though, it was like basically a done deal.
I'm sure he wants it to be.
Well, they knew they were close, apparently, in Indianapolis. Him and Coach Nick.
That is, I forgot.
Oh, yeah, he was there for his first 3 years, so he knows a lot of stuff about Shaquille Leonard.
Well, no, he knew a lot about Darius Leonard.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't know much about Shaquille. I forgot.
Yeah, there might be a different person.
Is this the good
chosen?
Robbie Chosen. Change it ROBBY and then he changes the ROBBIE. Like, I don't understand. Let's see. So one of the other bigger pieces of news today, Aaron Rodgers in his practice window opened up for the 21-day return. We'll see if he can make it out of the 21-day if the Jets are in contention, which is more than likely ain't going to be happening, barring some miracle going on. But doctor's approval.
I want to go absolutely nuts here, but I really want to get your opinion on it, Will, as the Jets fan.
Yeah, I'm going to.
What are your thoughts on this? I can go absolutely bonkers on this point.
If he wants to come back, let him come back.
You're proving my point. No, absolutely not. Got it. Well, I
listen here. I think he only wants to. He wants to come back.
I gave you the chance to make the correct answer.
Listen.
No, he won your franchise. Brought all his buddies into town. Randall Cobb, Alzard, who's, by the way, on Black Friday, wasn't even active. Healthy scratch. Hell no. I'm out of the Aaron Rodgers experience of him running the show. Hell no. Guess what? You're all in on next season. You are all in on next year on Aaron Rodgers. He is not touching the field. The season where you're not making the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers should be sitting his ass on the couch. I'm like, bro, get healthy. Great. You listen to your dolphin noises, whatever you want to talk about. No. Hell no. Enjoy your time on Pat McAfee. You've done enough. Absolutely not. You're not practicing, playing, nothing. I don't care that you want to prove Mr. Medicine all about me. Sit the hell down and get healthy, please. Because guess what? If he goes out and gets hurt, your season toast next year. Toast. And you wasted 2 years to spend the money on this guy to not see him play outside of 4 snaps. Absolutely not. No way in hell the Jets should let this guy touch the field. They won Black Friday. Cool, I'll leave the door and let him practice how this week goes. They're not making the playoffs. It's not happening. Sit him the hell down. God almighty, we're gonna let him play for no reason at all. And he brought all his pals over here. Congrats. How's that work for you, New York? Sit his ass down. Holy God, I can't believe this is even a discussion. He's going to be 40 years old on a torn Achilles. Sit him the hell down. I don't get how you remain close to discussion for the New York Jets. God, it proves how much of an egotistic freak this guy is, and if the Jets are going to let him run the show. I'm sorry, Will, for your best interest of the Jets, this guy should not play it down this year. There's no way. And oh, by the way, the field sucks. MetLife blows. So you're going to put him back on this field. No shot in hell the Jets should do it. If they do, embarrassment of the franchise.
This is
I
so.
think the only thing he wants to come back for is to keep that, because the Jets will play if they stay third, which is obviously going to happen. I don't think they're going to be passing the Bills. Whoever is the third best team in the AFC will play the AFC East will play the third best team in the NFC North. Right now, it's the Packers. I think he wants to keep that alive, that he goes back to Lambeau Field in 2024. I think that might be the only thing he wants to keep. He wants to go back in there for.
No, man. This is proving my point.
It's not even that he's actually going to play. Because, like, what was it?
Jake, you shouldn't be risking his injury. He's 39 years old.
He's not even
touching the field.
He's not going to play. They're not going to ever activate him. Like, they're going to opening the window because they're
practicing. Is my point, because he can do things. Because but he didn't practice earlier this year. He got hurt. So why are we even putting him on the field? That's my point. He's 39. Akers is done. Oh wait, he rushed back so far. Oh wow, he got hurt again. No, he's 39. Sit his ass down. You invested so much on Aaron Rodgers. How's it worked out? Sit him the F down. I don't even know how this is a discussion. I'm a New York Jets fan.
Because it's not happening. It's not happening.
He shouldn't be practicing.
He's not going to.
Practicing.
He's not going to even practice. He's not even going to practice. Because, like, what was it before? If the opportunity's there, he's going to play week 18. So suddenly that's now week 13 with the 20-day, 1-day window? No, it's a PR move because they got their doors blown off with his guy that he brought in, Boyle, instead of Simeon playing. So they're just going to try and... Salah's trying to save his job with a PR win. That's all this is. That's all this report is. Yeah, he's never going to act yet.
I really think he wants to prove a lot of the wrong. He can say F you to modern medicine, and I did it my way. And look at me, Aaron Rodgers, the Eagles, where I'm back. You all make fun of me, all my stuff I do off the field. Here I am. I'm back this fast after a torn Achilles, and I'm playing football. Asinine if the Jets let him touch the field. I never, ever root for injuries. If he tweaks something, I might chuckle. Like, was this even a thought of this guy going on the football field at his age in a lost season? Might have a smirk because the fact that it proves he runs the show, runs the organization. He is Woody Johnson's right-hand man. Joe Douglas can kick rocks. Robert Saleh can kick rocks. It's Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers only. It proves it that much right there and then. I'm very sorry for jumping all on this one. I just can't even the thought of this idiot playing football this year. The season is over. Oh, it's cold, by the way. So you're playing in the cold weather on top of it, and your muscles going to be all tight. Like, what do you do? I just can't make this even a thought. After Black Friday's loss, I'm like, it's done. No way, right? And then he's at practice today.
Exactly, because it's like just like, let's just save some face here. because we just got killed on a primetime game again.
And I'm sitting here and I'm watching the game. Oh, by the way, you can play Zach Wilson all you want. Oh, guess the guy it is that can't call a play for jack shit. Nathaniel Hackett. Oh my, it's the same thing. I was laughing. Everyone was like, "Oh, boo! Where's Zach?" I'm like, "It's Nathaniel Hackett. Can't play. It's the same offense. There's nothing different. It looked the same because by the way, it's the same guy calling the plays. Oh, who's Aaron Rodgers' guy, by the way? So shocker. Who would have thought? He's gonna sit and hold a
Blake
pad
Bortles guy too.
call the plays, getting his buddy a paycheck. My God. Oh, the Jets. Oh, the Jets. I'm sorry. Well, the Jets. Oh,
The Jets will Jets.
they will.
Well, I have a question. This 21-day window thing, is that new this year, or is that because
That's been a thing for like
I don't think
like 5 years.
I feel like I've really only heard
Ever since they readjusted the whole IR rule, because back before like 2013 season, it was if you're on IR you can't come back.
Yeah,
Which you hear the stories of like Rod Woodson with the Steelers. He tore his ACL. He goes back for the Super Bowl in '94. That kind of stuff. And then they changed the IR rule where you have one person that could come back from injured reserve and all that stuff. So it's all been readjusted.
I just really feel like I've only seen the 21-day window thing this year. I don't know why, but it's just like I just feel like that's just been such a thing this year where no other year I feel like I've really noticed that whole thing. I mean, like they opened the window and now it's weird, like because you have Justin Jefferson. That window's been open for like 20 days. Like it's just like it's weird and it feels weird the way
they want to just like kind of see like, oh hey, can they like play? Can they like do all that stuff? So it's like they're not accounting for a roster spot until they get to the end where it's like Justin Jefferson's case, like, yeah, this is our our best offensive player since Randy Moss. We have to kind of figure out something with that.
Yeah,
it's fair. I just really feel like I've never really noticed it any other year, and this year I just have. I don't know. Maybe that's me.
Well, I mean, there's been more injuries this year than there has been like any other year. Personally,
Is it known fact?
No, that was definitely like
COVID was pretty
no.
bad.
There was a year where like everybody tore an ACL in like week 2.
I felt like that was like 21 or 20 or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, let's what's next?
Let's look at the injury report. Kenneth Walker doubtful to play tomorrow against the Dallas Cowboys. But in some better news, I mean, 3rd round pick for the Lions, Hendon Hooker, who maybe could have been, one of the top quarterbacks taken this past year. They've opened his practice window from his torn ACL that he suffered last year against Alabama. It was one of the very late games that, I
think it was against South Carolina. It was one of the last games of the year.
Yeah, it was super, super late. But yeah, hey, I feel a good story for a guy that, hey, I'm not going to say he's going to take Jared Goff's job, but hey, if the Lions ever need to look at someone, maybe Hendon Hooker could be the guy that can be the man.
I would love if he made a full recovery and like was that guy again, because he was cool. Him and Jalen Hyatt were so sick.
It would be cool. It's not. I mean, it's not going to happen unless Goff gets an injury. Unless Goff gets an injury, because I don't think there's any point in him being replaced. He's not playing bad, but yeah, I mean, it would be so cool to see him succeed.
Jalen Phillips torn Achilles. He suffered in the Black Friday game. Texans have a crushing blow for their offensive line. Titus Howard left the game with a knee injury. Is going to miss the rest of the season. They got George Fant that's right behind them, so they have a really good offensive line that can, offensive lineman swoop right up, take control over there. And also Jonathan Taylor, injury to his thumb. I'm not sure if it's a broken thumb, a torn ligament or something. He's getting surgery. He's projected to be out 2 to 4 weeks.
With a broken thumb.
Had something.
I didn't read anything about like a actual it just says injured thumb. And
it kind of came out of like nowhere. Like it was kind of just like out of nowhere after the set of games this weekend. It was kind of just like on like Monday, just hey, dude's gonna miss time out of nowhere. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of weird. I felt like we did not hear about it on Sunday whatsoever.
And as well as I just scrolled past it, still scrolled past it. Yeah. So Justin Jefferson, he's now activated off the IR, but they're on the bye week this week, so it's not really looking, as anything to worry about right now.
That's the thing, is he's going to play next game when they come back.
Good timing.
Against Las Vegas. Let's look at the playoff picture. And when I mean the playoff picture, the correct playoff picture, because I did find it and it is correct. I am not going to make a fool of myself or an idiot this time. So I want my flowers from everyone right now. This is what it looks like right now. The Ravens, who are on the bye, have a full game lead. Well, if you want to say it's a full game lead, they're one of the last AFC teams to take the bye, followed by the Chiefs, Jaguars, and Miami, which is a very tight race of just a separate of a game. Steelers are at 5. The Browns are at 6. And the Indianapolis Colts, who we were either thinking they could be a 4-win team or a 9-win team, depending on whether or if Jonathan Taylor will be on the field, they sit at the 7 seed. Looking at the NFC, the Eagles are at 1, followed by the Niners, the Lions, and the Atlanta Falcons, who are at 4. Dallas is at 5. Dallas is at 6, and the Minnesota Vikings are at 7. Gentlemen, what do you guys think of this playoff picture?
You know, Atlanta Falcons.
No, Colton, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
You guys are in here. I don't know how impressive, guys. The NFC South's a dumpster fire. Well,
We're saying Brooksy.
congrats. They all suck. They all suck. Relax. God almighty, all right? Congratulations. You guys have it right so far. The Atlanta Falcons are in playoff. Let's stop.
Yeah.
They're all.
All right, they're 5-6.
I didn't think Derek Carr would be this bad, and he's this bad. So the Raiders went bad to worse. So shout out to the Raiders for that impressive feat. Yeah, whatever. I'm not going to go deep. I had my rant. Congratulations to Falcons.
Okay, so first of all, I think a semi-miraculous season for the Colts, by the way, to just be in this spot at the moment.
I mean, we said it, though. It depends if Jonathan Taylor is going to play for them. If they play,
like,
he'll
still,
be there.
I mean,
It's also one of the worst AFCs in some time now.
yeah, for sure. I'm surprised Denver's not even.
They're
there.
6-5.
Yeah, they got to be close. Yeah,
Yeah, they're right there.
but
Break that door down.
the Colts, man. I mean, just what a different team from week 1 where we were at, and what they were saying, and Jonathan Taylor and all that stuff, right? For them to be in a playoff spot's pretty great. I mean, with how the season.
Come on, let's be real here. The Colts ain't hanging around. This door's gonna pass the by. It was fun seeing them for this episode. Hi, Colts. Goodbye, Colts. They're gonna.
Hey, but look, we know a thing. Between what would you say, 4 and 9 wins, they're at 6.
They were there, and I
Look
think
at
it's
that.
gonna start going down. I think they got the Jags this week, so
Oh, yep, they don't play good in
No,
Jacksonville.
yeah,
they
so we're going down the tubes as far as that one goes. And I
10
think
years straight of L's.
Pittsburgh's like the following week, so yeah, they're done. Can Buffalo get it together and get in the playoffs? And Denver's hot. That's kind of what I'm looking at when I look at the 7th seed. And can Cleveland hold on for their life? Can the defense do enough? Joe Flacco starts as Dorian Thompson-Robinson, as you missed in your injury report, Will. Now, most likely with
Joe Cool.
Joe Flacco is going to get the start for the Cleveland Browns.
I love me a Joe Flacco story, man.
Elite Joe Flacco.
Listen, I think he's still elite. I mean, I can honestly make that debate question.
Me and Jake looked up his stats last night, and I mean,
I said for those 4 games, he was elite.
he had like 4 really good games in his career, and that was
All
mostly
4 together.
yeah. Playoff
Listen,
run.
he hasn't really had a good game since Anquan Boldin was traded out of Baltimore.
It's true.
Which, I mean, I still don't know why the Ravens did it. One of the biggest mysteries.
But yeah, this is, I mean, it's an interesting playoff picture. Detroit being in there is pretty cool. Seattle's getting sketchy. I will say Seattle is getting a little bit sketchy. They have not been holding on as well as I thought they would.
They don't play good against good defenses. And lo and behold, they play 3 straight games against top 3 defense in the league.
The O-line does not look the same as it did last year.
It's true.
I know they had like injuries. I think Cross got hurt and it just kind of like fell apart after that. Let's see. Let me take this off of here. One more thing though. The semifinalists for the Modern Era Pro Football Hall of Fame people have been announced. So the final 25 people include Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Willie Anderson, Tiki Barber, Anquan Boldin, London Fletcher, Dwight Freeney should be in, Antonio Gates, Locke, Eddie George. I don't know why he's still, sitting around. James Harrison, Rodney Harrison, Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Torrey Holt, Robert Mathis, Julius Peppers, Steve Smith Sr., Fred Taylor, Hines Ward, Ricky Waters, Reggie Wayne, Vince Wilfork, Patrick Willis, and Darren Woodson.
Wow, what a
Yeah,
group.
that's tough, man. That's Torrey Holt still being there is wild to me.
Yeah. I don't know. They should expand it just for, a year, kind of get some of these people in here. There are a lot of snubs going down.
Colton, a lot of Pittsburgh representation in there.
I think there's only 2.
No,
it was
there was like 5. I felt like
Hines Ward. No, 3. Rod Woodson,
James Harrison,
Hines Ward.
Oh, maybe
No, that's Darren
Rod
Woodson.
Woodson.
It's Darren Woodson.
Rod Woodson.
It's up 2. It's James Harrison and Hines Ward are the only 2.
Wow.
And also, we need a Big Vince in there, too. I'm sorry. He needs to be making some barbecue during his speech.
Nah, but you're right though. Like I'm curious. Like Devin Hester, the great special teams player of all time. He's not going to get in first ballot. Like
I don't even think this is his first ballot.
No, it's not the first time he's been up. It's
Yeah, he's been in there since last year in 2021.
Okay. Again, he's probably going to have to wait a few years. It's like I hate that these guys have to wait. I hate that it's like, I mean, I get you can't put in like 20 guys at the same time. It's like,
but they did that for like the 100th season. They just started inducting like everyone. They're just like, oh, yeah, famous coacher, and they did what Cower they did on like CBS. Then they did what's his face, the Cowboys guy on Fox. I don't know. I feel like if they could expand it 1 year, they can expand it again.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, again, tragedies happens. Like I would like them to kind of pick up the pace here. Like a lot of these guys are younger guys, but yeah, you never know tragedies. So like they should get these guys in so they can have their flowers.
They should.
Also, I don't know why London Fletcher is not in. If he has more, he's statistically better than Ray Lewis and a lot of these other middle linebackers. I don't know why he's sitting here.
Jared Allen's the only. Me and Jacob looked this up, by the way. Jared Allen is like the only pass rusher with over 100 sacks that's not in the Hall of Fame. Like it's nuts. How remember that?
I think it was 150. Oh, it was a higher number than 100.
Yeah, whatever it was. There's like this real elite group, and then just Jared Allen's not in it. And I was like, and we were like, we looked at the list, and it highlights all the Hall of Famers, and it's literally everyone around him.
I think it was like Wikipedia. It was like it was like highlighted purple and we went down by sacks.
Yeah,
total. And it's like the first person, and then it's like the only like white block for like a whole
stretch
page.
Yeah.
I also forgot Jari Evans, the really good guard for the New Orleans Saints for that time with Drew Brees there. He's also in the semi-finalist category.
This is probably an unpopular opinion, but I think there should be some sort, because now we have a huge backlog of like older players with now some really great newer players.
It's only going to get crazier too.
I think it's two players to like the 7 that they actually induct. I think it's like the 2 players that are like over the 25-year mark. That
there's like an automatic like older player thing. I think there should be how baseball does it. Like you have an X amount of times you can be on the ballot before you're.
See, but then like we just talked about guys that are on the list though and should be in. Like there's the Sheerans,
the greatest show on turf.
I feel like there should be. I feel like every 5 or every 10 years you should have an extended amount ballot, like. Where you just have a year where it's an extended ballot and kind of get some of these dudes in there.
But Dom also knows, like, I have an extremely high bar for Hall of Fames.
Well,
but these guys should be in the Hall of Fame, though. Like, I agree with you. Torrey Holt should be in the Hall of Fame. Baseball's also letting some weird, to be fair. Baseball's letting some weird.
The last couple of years has gone a little weird, but they at least had, like, they had the rule, like, you have, like, I don't know how many years it is, but you have X number of times, like, to be on the ballot where you're taken off. And
I agree with you, but I mean, I said this point that you started now. Like Torrey Holt should be in the Hall of Fame. Like it's not a question. Torrey Holt should be in the Hall of Fame.
I heard a great argument from on Pat McAfee's show. Actually, it's like, can you tell the history of the game without this player?
No, Sean. So like, like Torrey Holt should be in the Hall of Fame.
Devin Hester's
the best returner ever.
Ever.
The only person to ever return a kick to open a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's huge. Bro.
Back in where he went to school too. I mean, like, I don't think he could have written a better story like that.
That's a moment in sports in our us for being raised and everything during sports and stuff. That's like a moment in sports, I feel
Like James Harrison. Not only the fact that he was really good, like had a all-time Super Bowl moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, no. I mean,
trust me, I said you can make a case for all these guys. It sucks, you know.
it's like
You said Hoyt's on this, right?
Longevity of greatness. So that's a big stats for a long time, and you got to win. I think you have to win.
That's like London Fletcher, though. He won, I think, his rookie year with the Rams, and then he's played like 18 years. And
I'm not arguing that Fletcher shouldn't be in, but like
I don't know. I feel like Super Bowl just held to a really high standard.
Eric Allen's probably one of my favorite Eagles to have ever played. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. He never won. Like you can't get in if you have no rings.
You know what stinks? Hines Ward's been like a semifinalist. I think honestly the last 5 years, I think he's been a finalist, semifinalist. Hines, I couldn't tell you. Like Hines is gonna be one of those guys that gets in really, really late. Like Hines is gonna be one of those that sits, even though he's got a Super Bowl MVP. They literally made a rule because of him laying the wood on D's. Like, and he's not going to get it for a long time. I'm not saying he deserves to get in this round. Like, you look at the names, there's no shot he gets in.
You also made the horse collar rule about him.
Well, did you say Julius Peppers or no?
Yeah, I said Julius Peppers.
Oh, okay. So you have Julius Peppers and Jared Allen in the same class too, which sucks.
Like Julius Peppers.
Well, then guess what? You got the quarterbacks coming down the door too, coming down the hallway. They just retired. They're coming.
Yeah. That's why
Breeze, Manning. They're coming.
I don't really think Eli is going to be a first ballot, though.
No, I don't think he should be, but I think
I'm not saying that. But you got Ben, you got Rivers, Brady. Clearly,
you're going to have 6 really great quarterbacks entering too within the next 10 years.
Ben's in, Tom's in, Eli's iffy.
Eli's going to get in eventually. If he gets in first ballot, that'd be a very, very big surprise.
He's going to get in, but I don't think he should. He's got
Philip will get in.
He's in nothing else.
Philip getting in is wild to me.
But
he shouldn't.
I don't think he should. I love him. I love him. And
I just rewatched the highlights from that 08 AFC Championship game where he had the ACL surgery. I mean, listen, you think of toughness, man. Like Philip is like that guy coming off 6 days post ACL surgery. Like, I don't think that's talked about. Everyone's like, oh, hey, they bring up the Rodgers thing, but Phil is tough as nails.
Oh, it's nuts.
And he's still popping out kids at the ripe age of, I don't know, he's 41. He just has a full offense now. He's 11 kids.
Marty can host the whole team.
Yeah.
Listen, the San Diego might have a football team if they keep on at this pace.
But yeah, no, and see, Colton brought up, these quarterbacks coming in and whatnot, and that's going to be an issue where I think we need to have some years. Like I said, maybe every 10 years you have an extended ballot, because now you're going to have all these backlogged players, and these quarterbacks are going to get attention immediately. Rodgers is not going to be far behind them, and it's just you're going to have this flow of guys from this great era of football that are going to be probably first ballots, or at least be considered, on top of guys like Jared Allen that haven't gone in yet and stuff like that. And you need an extended ballot again, I think. 10 years.
I would put Julius Peppers in before Jared Allen.
I would too.
Yeah, I would too. But those are 2 guys that probably.
But then I would also put Robert Mathis ahead of Jared Allen too.
Dwight Freeney probably too.
Yeah, I would put Dwight Freeney. Listen, I listen. Jared Allen with that 22 sack season back in 2010. I mean, listen, he had a phenomenal career, but it's I kind of rate some of these other guys because of who they had. Peyton Man, you think of the other people on the team too, where it's hey, I wouldn't know him if so and so was on that team.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's hard. You kind of have to do an extended ballot. I think in the next 2 years, they're not going to do it, but get some of these guys in because you got the quarterbacks in. They're going in first. Brady clearly had head and shoulders.
I feel like Brady should have just been expedited, man.
Yeah,
Brady's in there. Ben's probably first ballot, and you got Breeze, Eli. They're not first ballots, but you never know, man. With the time, you never know that they might surprise you.
Let's see. I got 2 debate questions here, so good thing we milked a lot of time going on with this. Usually by this point, you can kind of decipher who's going to win MVP. You can already hear like talks the end of November, but it's been relatively silent for that kind of topic. But I want to bring the floor here. Who should win MVP?
Well, I think the reason it's
12
so
weeks.
silent is because they don't really want to admit who it should be.
And who is that?
Hurts.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's Jalen Hurts.
I don't.
Oh, it has to be.
If they win Sunday, I actually don't think they do. But if they win Sunday, I think it puts the nail in the coffin for it. To be honest, they're going to end up number one seed, the best record in the NFL. And yeah, so I mean, if you're going to ask my answer, it's Jalen Hurts, and behind him, I think not too far, Lamar Jackson. But the Ravens are, I think Lamar's in the discussion.
I would have to put. I would
last night. Didn't we do this last night? Didn't we?
I would have to.
Yeah, we did.
Lamar should not be close, right? Was that our?
His stats aren't
Yeah,
correct.
me both know. It always the best record in football, the team, and if he's slightly good, and sorry to tell you, slightly good, like he's not having an awful season, so Lamar's going to be up in that discussion.
I don't think he should be top 3 right now. I think Chris McCaffrey needs to get more recognition because he's.
But they don't. Come on, you both know that. Like Antonio Brown had those absolutely. Antonio Brown had those wild seasons and was not in the best. It just doesn't happen, man. Like you have like absolute insanity. Was it he the last one to win it? Like you have to have like a wild, crazy year. It's a quarterback award. It sucks. It's what it is, man. Quarterback. That's why it hurts to lose. If they win Sunday, I think he puts the nail in the coffin. It's his award, to be honest.
I would honestly have to make an argument too that I feel like Dak should be entering the conversation.
Honestly, Dak,
especially the last 4 games, he has lit it up.
Dak should be a finalist. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did not. I thought it was ridiculous to see on ESPN. I first saw it, and I dove into him like, no, he's got a case. He's got a real case.
And obviously, outside of quarterback, I still think Tyreek Hill should be,
he'll be up there
within the discussion.
Won't get it though.
No.
I mean, I don't want to see like Patrick Mahomes get it, and Patrick Mahomes has like a down season. Like, oh hey, the Chiefs make it to the 1 seed.
He shouldn't be in the 10, man. Like he goes on a crazy tear, which again, Mahomes very well could to end the season, but he shouldn't be really in the discussion.
Yeah, like last year, it was clearly Mahomes' award to lose all year. But
I felt like if Jalen didn't get hurt and he did play those 2 games,
it wasn't
make
due
the discussion for it.
Mahomes was having such an unreal year.
I actually thought that CJ Stroud could have made a really interesting case if they ended up winning the division. I thought Stroud could have made a wild case. He was very good down the street. I know 2 games ago he had 3 picks, but he's been very, very good. And pulled the Texans from the dumpster fire to winning this. When Jacksonville's not a slouch, I think it's there, but I think that ship has sailed now for him.
That is kind of wild that you bring that up, how it pulled them out kind of thing, because D'Amico Ryans is going to get all the credit for that as far as awards go. And
He'll get
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he'll get Rookie of the Year. That's fair. But Rookie of the Year's got to go to, it's not – it is kind of funny how that works for coaches versus players. Coaches, it's all about bottom to top, like progression, and players, it's not really
Unless
anything
your name's
about
Nick
that.
Sirianni.
I think he's got to be a finalist. If they make the playoff, the Texans, he's got to be a finalist. Rookie coach, Roman Stroud, he's got to be in the discussion.
Yeah, Stroud, the last 3 of his 4 games, he's finished the game with over 70% completion percentage. I mean, yes, he has the 3 interception game against the Cardinals, but almost he's a third short. He's 33 yards short of 3,300 yards in the year, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Like,
dude, he's also had the best game a rookie quarterback has ever had in the history of the league. Like, the dude is insane. And granted, rookie stats, he's going to win that award. He's a runaway. That's done. Cool. But yeah, no, I mean, if it just continues and he continues doing what he's going to do, maybe finishes top 3 in yards for quarterbacks, top 5 in touchdowns, maybe. I mean, man, you got to make a case. You got to make a case for sure.
But also, to my original point, I think everyone making all these arguments for Stroud to win as a rookie, or McCaffrey, or all these other ones they're bringing up is all because they can't stomach that it's Jalen Hurts' award right now. They don't want to admit that because the tush push and everything.
Oh, it definitely inflates numbers. I mean, how many rushing touchdowns does he have this year?
11, bro. He's like,
what would you assume? 4 of those are like actual like rushing plays where he's like scrambled and got in, like 4, maybe 5, right?
Yeah.
Make you know more watching games.
Like it's like 5 at most.
So and a lot of those are tush pushes. I mean that shouldn't take anything away, but
he also has 18 passing touchdowns.
yeah,
trust me. I guess if they one day, I think he, unless it's hurt, I think
we looked this up. Jalen Hurts is second for all total touchdowns by a quarterback
right now.
now.
Yeah. Who's first?
Josh Allen.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
Yeah, Josh Allen
comparing like
passing touchdowns, but he's also leading the league in interceptions. That's what comes with the territory, Josh.
And
Jalen
also
Hurts has the 4th most rushing touchdowns
in the league. Yeah.
Well, rushing or receiving. If you combine those two, he's still 4th.
And even comparing Cam Newton's stats, because he had that MVP year where everyone thought Panthers going to be ass, they're going to fall apart, this and that. 35 passing touchdowns, another 10 running on the ground. Like, yeah. Let's bring this up here. We all know DeRon Bland's having one of the most incredible years for a defensive player and all that. Should DeRon Bland be the front runner for Defensive Player of the Year? If not, who?
Well, depending on how long Myles Garrett's out, Myles Garrett has a case.
Yeah.
TJ Watt has a gigantic case because their numbers are virtually identical, plus him an interception, a couple more fumbles. But, for a corner to win, they have to kind of do this.
You know who this is going to, guys. As long as he stays healthy the rest of the season with the schedule they have coming up, you know who this is going to. Come on, let's not be silly. He's got finishing with 20+ sacks, and that would be the Wisconsin man. That would be the Pittsburgh Steeler. And that would be I was going to wear him today, but Nick Mack seems like I don't represent Nick Fitzpatrick. That'd be T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt's going to win this award. He should already have his case. He's going to get another one this year to finally get to.
They love snubbing him though. That's my point. Like they
do. I
picked him 3 years in a row.
He's had a legitimate case absolutely the last 3 years.
And I can't pick him right now because it's like I'm just PTSD.
Mahomes. It's like Mahomes. You're tired of him. You're tired of TJ Watt.
No, not that I'm tired of him. I'm tired of getting my heart broken of I pick him to win and they're just like, oh no, you over there.
See, I know how good Aaron Donald is. The most recent one, Aaron Donald. I thought that was asinine that it wasn't TJ Watt. No. Every snap possible was it gets triple team. Congrats, he plays on the inside. I'm not discounting anything he's done. TJ Watt's numbers were wildly better than Aaron Donald's. And it's not a shot at what Aaron Donald does. Dude, it's TJ Watt to lose. Every number was crazy compared to every other edge rusher. It's TJ Watt to lose. Unless somehow ends up with 3 more 6s to end the season.
He still plays Washington again, so
it's a lot.
And Sam Howell does slam the rock all over the place.
Yeah, they have him thrown at 48 times a game.
Or he also gets sacked 48 times a game. So
well, yeah.
He's a tough SOB, man. I'm shocked that this kid hasn't gotten hurt yet.
It's true. Let me ask you a question. Do you know that Khalil Mack only has 0.5 sacks less than TJ Watt?
But also Khalil Mack had a 6-sack game.
He also has the second most turnovers forced.
Khalil Mack?
Yeah, I think so.
The
problem is he had 6 in one game. That's kind of you shrug your shoulders at you take away 6 sacks. That's a ginormous number. I'm not saying he's actually looked more like he has that defensive player of the year here. He looks like he's crazy. But no way they're not gonna hold that above his head that he had 6 sacks in one game. All right, cool, it's fun and all, but where was it? Where was this the rest of the season? I'm not saying 6-7 game. Where are the sacks the rest of the season? He had 6, ginormous number.
It's actually kind of nuts how near each other their stats are. They have the same amount of tackles for loss.
Miles Garrett too. It's the same. Like it's the
Mhm.
Oh, okay. ESPN. I can't sort fumbles category. Sure. Okay.
wow.
Well,
You're also on
whatever.
ESPN.com. So
I know. You would think though, like I could sort.
By the way, which drives me nuts and never will get enough credit for it, TJ's leading the league in sacks right now. TJ drops back a decent amount in coverage, where Khalil Mack does not. Miles Garrett does not. But don't worry, they'll just look at the sack number and not realize any like snaps. Garrett's going after the quarterback when TJ is dropping back in coverage.
that was like Reddick versus Bosa last year. Reddick absolutely should have won Defensive Player of the Year last year, or
Yeah,
NFC.
Bosa's been a little quiet this year. It's been a little
Tell you
quiet.
what.
They got so many mouths to
You
feed
know
on
what?
that team now.
No, he Bosa's looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
He's not in the discussion. What did he miss? 2 games? Oh wait, I don't miss that. He played week against Steelers.
Hey Colton, I will say, with you saying that he drops back, he is the only one, even like remotely on this list of sack leaders with an interception. The only one, and he's like the only one with more than 2 passes defensed. He has 5. So, hey man, a little bit of stats.
Yeah, like I said, man, that interception he had on Stafford, you will never see Nick Bosa make that play, Miles Garrett make that play, Khalil Mack make that play. Dude, any edge rusher, name them, they will not make that outside of TJ Watt. He's asked to do all the different things in Pittsburgh. And again, I'm not here blowing the guy as much as it seems like I am as a homer. He's the best defensive player in football. I don't think it's a question, to be honest. I defensive player in football. I really do. And I hate that it's been a discussion the last few years over him and Miles Garrett. I really have hated that discussion. It's TJ Watt. He's better than Miles Garrett. Sorry, he is.
Let me, for the sake of things, just throw one more name on this list because we haven't. Danielle Hunter, same amount of sacks, 13.5 as TJ Watt. He has a ton more tackles for loss, a ton more tackles, period. One more forced fumble. I mean, his name should be in that conversation very much so.
Isn't there also like conference separation for those two? Like there's one for each.
Defensive player of the year, there is
No,
one main one, right?
No,
There's
No,
kind of
just defensive player. It's not
but then
like,
there's like AP defensive player of the year too, or whatever.
AP is the NFL
Yeah.
honors award.
Yeah,
I mean, you have Madden where it's like, oh hey, here's like AFC and NFC winners because EA can't make a freaking sports game correct.
then they have the AP offensive and AP defensive, and then they have
And then you have like the CBS Sports, the Fox Sports, NBC Sports. I didn't even know they still had the sports department. They get rid of it to bring it back.
FedEx Air Award or whatever, and I don't. It's kind of funny.
The In-N-Out Burger Award on defense.
Too many sponsors, not enough titles.
Yeah, that one.
Tostitos Citrus Fiesta Bowl, whatever. Like the PlayStation, Sony, Microsoft Bowl. They just get dumber as the years go on.
Yeah.
Remember when it just used to be, oh, hey, here's Cheez-It, here's Tostito. Not like, oh, hey, here's your Tostito Minute Maid Lemonade Bowl or whatever garbage they want to put out there. Oh, man. I remember. Let's see. Let's go into this. Favorite games and moments from week 12. I'll go first so no one else has to say it. The Hail Murray by the Jets. Yep.
That's funny.
They gave me a glimmer of hope on the pick six. I'm like, maybe we could do something. They sucked me back in. They said, Will, you're a fucking idiot. And they punched me square in the jaw. They gave me the Geno Smith sucker punch for believing for a mere minute and a half.
Oh, God.
Even if they need the ball, I mean, all of the Jets fans would be up in arms. Like, why are we needing the ball? So it's going to be a lose-lose situation on that. But yes, me sinking into my chair watching that game.
You know what? A notable thing to be said about this week. I think this week did a lot for the 49ers. I think it kind of put the 49ers, solidified them being okay, we're back to being one of the favored teams in the league for Super Bowl. Because they kind of sank for a little bit there. Like they sank a little bit in our minds and on our power rankings and stuff, but no, I think they kind of solidified themselves back into that role of being a top 3 team favored for a Super Bowl win. So good for them on that one. I think that's notable in mentioning.
Yeah, for me, it's a low-hanging fruit. The quarterbacks were great. Quarterback one was better than the other. didn't get the result that he deserved, and that would be the Bills-Eagles game. My goodness, Josh Allen's good at football when he wants to be good at football.
I was going to say,
stop him, man. This could not stop him.
On the ground.
I was gonna say last week before, but I know we were kind of like short on time. I was gonna say, oh hey, Josh Allen 450 yards, 5 touchdowns, and then Eagles win. Because it just felt like that was gonna be that kind of Josh Allen.
He had 500 yards, like 500 total yards or something like that. He's like the only. There's like whatever. It was a LeBron stat, but it's like all these things and then lose.
Yeah, he was nuts, man. He was making play after play after play. I think I shot the game.
Josh Allen and weather is just a different animal. You can't stop him. Rain, snow. I mean, listen, he's.
Except for when okay, never mind. I'm gonna bring.
The overtime rule is hard.
No, he lost in the snow last year to Burrow.
Yeah, when the Patriots played him, and we threw like 3 times and beat him, and it was because the wind was too much and he couldn't win that game.
Well, I mean, his defense couldn't stop the run.
Yeah, sure. Conditions, sure. Give it to him.
I'm going to take the other side of the Bills-Eagles game. Not Josh Allen, but that the Eagles hosted the funeral for the Bills, so I can finally stop caring about them. They're dead. That's the end of their season.
And also, Jake Elliott and that field goal are just DNA. They are just a match made in heaven.
Well,
whenever I see that angle of the far side of the field, I'm like, you think of the Week 3 game when they played the Giants in 2017 during the Super Bowl run. It was like what, the 61-yard, 63-yard,
same field goal, same side.
You could just look up Jake Elliott things and just the link, and it's like
get a field goal. 60-something yarder this year at that same end zone.
And 58-yard or longer field goals, Jake Elliott is the only perfect one. Justin Tucker has 5 made out of 17. Seabass has 3 out of 18. And Adam Vinatieri, the greatest kicker to ever play the game, 0 for 2 from 58 and longer.
Wow.
I cannot believe he hit that 59-yarder in that.
I was like, yeah, he's going to hit that. And then they went to overtime. I'm like, yeah. That was fun, Bills.
Well, yeah. The favorite part of the game, actually, when the Bills are hitting the field goal in overtime to give the ball back, Brandon Graham, whole pre-snap, is like, oh, you must not know what's about to happen. Says the Eagles crew puts interrupted by football. It's like, you guys just lost. Brandon Graham said to them, you just lost. They're kicking the field goal to go ahead in overtime.
There was another funeral game, and that was the Chargers. That was, they're like,
we all knew they were going to lose that game. You just had this, false hope.
But just be so poor like that is just so bad. And then like they were, all right, you have a lot of teams in the hunt kind of thing, and they're like not even in the hunt anymore, bro. I mean, it's just what a poor season.
Bills aren't either. Their next 5 is rough.
Yeah, it's bad all the way around for both of those teams. Like, what a flop by the Bills and what a flop by the Chargers. Kind of in the same boat right now.
They might not win. Besides they could probably lose to the Patriots still.
Oh yeah, easily.
Like their next 5 games.
No, Patriots are just such a joke. They're the 32nd team in the league, and I'm okay with that.
Buy, sell, and hold on players and teams following Week 12.
Have I sold the Patriots? There's not a chance.
I don't think you have. You probably bought into them after they beat the Bills.
Yeah, okay.
You have your paper that you've written them down all year.
I stopped down like 4 weeks ago, unfortunately. But I'm selling the absolute hell out of the Patriots. They're the 32nd team in the league. There's no other argument other than that. I mean, dude, they're the only team in NFL history to lose back-to-back games and only allow 10 or less points in those games. You lost both of those games. That's awful. You can't even win a game. We talk about teams. We talk about the Chargers, whatever. Justin Herbert puts up points. Defense lets up points, whatever. Patriots aren't even letting up points, and they still can't win. It's so poor. The quarterback thing is poor. Everything about it is poor. They could be buried all the way around. As a fan, It is what it is. And then I admit to every part of that.
So unfortunate.
I'm not hiding behind any part of it. That's just buns.
Mac and Bailey Zappi both
kind
of buns.
I love
Bailey Zappi and Malik Jones both took quarterback reps while Mac Jones watched.
Malik Jones?
Malik Cunningham.
There you go. Yeah, I was going to say.
I know who you meant.
Yeah.
Yikes. Big yikes.
Why don't we put him in? I mean, just put him in the game. Jeez, let's just try it. What do we have to lose?
I would start Matt Corral over anything, to be honest.
Yes. Do it.
I'm about that as well. Yeah, but you know what? Was it this past week or the week before? It was this past week, right? When we kicked the field goal to lose the game against the Giants. Yeah. I hope they did that on purpose. I hope he purposely missed because.
Oh yeah, he definitely did it.
I'm all about that right now, bro. Tank.
Chad Ryland's so accurate. Go Terps.
Hate you and everything about.
I'm gonna buy into my fantasy team. I secured the 1 seed as Dom and I the last, I don't know what, ever since 2019, Dom and I have handed the 1 seed off to each other. No one else has secured it in that stretch. So yes, so Dom,
that's true. That's just true.
Still,
I have my notebooks over there of everything about the league. So trust me, I am the most statistical analytic person of fantasy football.
All right. Well, I'm just going to cut you off right there because we don't want to hear about that. I'm going to buy into the Pittsburgh Steelers making the playoffs. I thought under Matt Canada they would find a way to screw it up, even though they have a really good defense.
Hey, go Terps!
And you know what?
You have an ejecto button on Will? I would have loved to.
Yeah, can we just? Yeah, I didn't think I'd find something. Thank you. Much better. There we go. The general IQ of the room just went up 60 points. Oh, and it's back down.
That gave me Colton. Sorry, guys.
Oh my God. I don't know what you're doing there, Dom.
For me, I'm gonna actually buy. I'm riding with the Steelers. I'm gonna buy Eddie Faulkner, the Steelers' new offensive coordinator, and Mike Sullivan. Shout out to those guys. First game over 400 yards in 59 games. Took one thing to do it. Matt Canada couldn't do it in his whole year. Shocker. So shout out to those guys. Steelers offense used the middle of the field. Kenny Pickett actually looked like Kenny Pickett of the end of last season, looked competent, and the quarterback from the preseason. So if the Steelers could somehow move the football, and everyone's like, oh, they have 16 points. Okay, they have like a brand new offense. You have 2 new guys calling the game. So they actually moved the football. They should have had a touchdown of Tom Chelsea's Deontay Johnson's catch, and the game's probably a lot more comfortable. So I'm not worried about the points. I think the points will come in the next few weeks. But the fact that they're actually able to move the football, I'm buying into those guys, and shout out to those guys. They deserve all the credit in the world.
I'm gonna balance out Will's Marylandness, pride of Penn State, baby Gronk, Pat Fryermuth, finally using him.
And shout out to JPJ. Jersey's on the way for Chris. Shout out to Porter Jr. That boy easily deserves to be in the conversation for his defensive rookie of the year.
I told this kid above in the square above me, sleep on Joey Porter at your own peril. Let him drop. Let him drop to a good team and just see what happens.
I'm very glad the Steelers did not trade the draft pick to try to get more draft picks to get Joey Porter. I'm very glad. Jersey's on the way, baby. So
hell yeah,
shout out Joey Porter Jr. You should that second asshole also add him into a buy. That's great. That's a good year in the conversation with Jalen Carter.
I'm gonna.
You go, Dom. I know you started off with yourself, so
Fair. I did. I don't know why. I'm gonna buy into, and I hate this. I absolutely hate this. I'm gonna buy into the Broncos. I think they have a great chance to make the playoffs. I hate everything about this. My family will hate me. Everything about this sucks. This is not in my DNA, but I will admit that I think I'm gonna buy into the Broncos, and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I might not even pick them in the picks because I hate them still, but I buy into the fact that I think out of the player or the teams in the hunt, and we just saw the Colts were in that position, I still think the Broncos could make that spot. No problem.
Who
they
are
look
you?
good. I don't know who I am. I hate the Patriots.
I'm getting a drug test sent to him
I hate
right away.
Aliens come down last night. This is not Dom. Who is this guy?
So one thing about Aaron Rodgers and decide, you know what, taking some ayahuasca. See how it goes.
What? What?
I'm gonna sell off in the NFC South. I know there's like a whole bunch of jokes about, oh hey, California's gonna fall into the ocean. Nah, carve around the NFC South and just throw that in the ocean. Just let it drift away. I don't know where it can go. Just not get it away from the US. Done with it.
Since we're on sells, I'm going to jump on that one as well. I don't have much else to sell. I'm going to jump on that.
I'll give you a jackhammer. I'll have a jackhammer. We'll meet up somewhere around like Tennessee,
Yes.
where the carving will be like in the middle.
Worked for me, man. We joked earlier. We had our fun. Oh, look, Atlanta's in, boys. Yeah, it's hilarious, right? They suck. So get the hell out of here.
Listen, I mean, if there was anything that we could be more wrong about with the NFC South, it's hey, we always said, I think the Panthers have a chance to make in the playoffs. Boy, were we wrong.
Please don't ever show the NFC South. God, Karen also like 8 wins, 9 wins. Please, bro.
Yeah, we were. I don't know what happened on that one. That was terrible.
Oh, awful. Oh, God.
Well, we all thought Frank Reich would actually have something.
I don't really think
I didn't think they were
blame
going
on
to
them
be
for
bad.
that.
Their offensive line's like 20,000 times worse. I didn't think they were going to be this bad. Like I'm not even wasting my time and breath on it. I've wasted way too much.
Should have kept Darnold.
Yeah. Oh.
Listen, man. Hey, January 1st this past year, it was them and the Bucks trying to battle out for the South. I'm just saying, okay. The Panthers' defense wasn't so ass. I mean, we would have seen Darnold have a playoff game. That's all I want to say.
I'm gonna get to my hold. Okay, I'm gonna.
Your hold. What are you holding?
I didn't sell, but that's cool.
Oh, you want? Did you not do a sell? Do a sell.
I'm just gonna resell the Bills.
He's gonna sell Dom's opinion.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm reselling the Bills.
Reselling Dom's opinion on his buys.
Yeah,
I am going.
I'm selling on this imposter Dom.
I'm going to hold on the Vikings, and I'm hoping the Vikings are also holding on Josh Dobbs because I do not like the narrative and the conversation I've heard after Monday about how they're like, oh, we'll kind of see what's up quarterback wise. No, why? One bad game? Like, what happened to the Magic? I get one bad game. I don't think it's enough. Jefferson's coming back. Keep Josh Dobbs in there. Let's see what this next game looks like. You have a bye to get your stuff together here. Like, no reason to be pressing this quarterback panic button so soon for some reason. I just don't like that. So I'm holding on the Vikings and hoping they're holding on Josh Dobbs and not doing some other thing. So that's my hold. That's what I'm doing.
So I'm going to hold on the Lions.
Okay, fair.
A little bit of a speed wobble they got going on right now.
They do. Gino's not Gino. Well, that's
Wow.
one thing too. But yeah,
A little bit of a speed wobble. I think they're corrected, but so it's a hold for now.
Goff was a little bit sketchy this past week.
Goff's looking like,
Didn't like it.
old Goff.
But it was a waning gibbous or waxing gibbous or whatever
It was a moon phase that they can't win on. I should have jumped on it last week. You know what, Packers?
Yeah, so they're
Whatever voodoo curse the Packers have on Thanksgiving versus the Lions, it continues.
I'm going to hold on to – oh, my gosh. I'm going to hold on to Buffalo. I'm going to see if they can win a game here before I can buy them because they have an off stretch coming up. So I'm going to hold on to Josh Allen. Looks a lot better. So I'm going to hold on them. I think they possibly backdoor themselves in. So I'm going to hold on to Buffalo before I start buying Buffalo.
I will hold onto the Green Bay Packers. They won 2 games in 4 days last week, and hey, they're on the doorstep. They can make some noise if the Seahawks lose, Vikings are on the bye. If they win, I think they can elevate themselves into that 7th spot. So be really turn of the tables, honestly.
That's fair. That is fair. Didn't think of it.
And let's get into this Week 12 preview. Before I can get into it, I pulled a clip from last week's show, okay? Dom, I apologize in advance. Colton and Jake, you'll love this one. Jacksonville at Houston. We are all clean sweeping Houston on this week.
Hold on. Mr. Jacksonville, once again, if you want to make up ground, here you go. Here's your one.
I wrote in Jacksonville at first, and then I was like, wait, they play this season? They did? And Houston stomped all over them. I'm like, all right, well, I'm not.
I'm about to switch this just to gain a game. Like, this is 2,000% correct, Jake. Dom wants to make up ground. This is it right here. We're giving them the bone. Take Jacksonville. They're doubted. Calvin Ridley coming off 2 good games. I don't know what you're doing here, Dom.
It's also it's Mr. Jacksonville over here.
Yeah, it's Jackson Duvall right there.
All the wins I've got because of Jacksonville.
Oh, got him. Come on, switch it. Switch it. Fold like a lawn chair. Take
No,
it.
no.
Oh, all right. Well, they're gonna end up winning. There you go. You missed your chance again.
If they win, I'm going to roast ever-loving shit out of you.
Oh, they're probably gonna win.
That'll be 2 weeks in a row. We told them the Ravens. We told them 2 weeks in a row. Jacksonville now. Oh boy.
They must have the script or something. I don't know.
Might 105 for a reason. Might have. Just can't get my cards away.
So I said I was going to roast you.
Where's the bonk clip? Where's the bonk? You just had the good bonking here.
Yes, you didn't get the clip.
The bonking clip. You deserve the bonking clip.
Who clipped? No one clipped it. You got that video. You didn't clip the bonk.
Oh, well, then that one. I don't.
No, I didn't get the other one. I was trying to make the meme, but then it was like I couldn't find a video of it, just only a GIF, so it was difficult for me to make.
I forgot about that.
Here you go. Here you go.
But here we are. Here are our records.
No. Hold on. Hold the phone.
So much.
No. On Friday, I texted you because of Cup being back. We've done this because of injury before, because we do this so early in the week. That can I switch my pick to the Rams? I made the Arizona pick because Cup was supposed to be out. Friday, 3 o'clock. I got it on my phone right here. Friday at 3:07. When the injury news dropped, you guys ignored me.
Oh, come on. We really want to go back. You know how many times I picked the team? I think I picked the Rams earlier. I think it was against Cincinnati. And I'm big in the Rams either way, even with the injury. Even though I did say in that I would like, if he's clearly out, I'm not taking the Rams. And I think there was an injury for the Rams, and they got shellacked on Monday Night Football. Yeah.
No, you just didn't press your claim because we were all ready to give the one for because of Burrow's injury.
That was it, I think. Yeah. Burrow played taking the Bengals. That was it. Yes.
Yeah. And I picked Cincinnati anyway, and you just didn't press it. You could have gotten the win.
So here we go. We're gonna start pressing. Okay, all right.
There's a big injury that comes back midweek. We've always done this.
You guys want to give it to him? All right, go ahead.
I'm not gonna make this ruling. I'm not gonna make the ruling here. So
I don't get paid enough to make this ruling.
Yeah.
not in favor of
done this before because we do this on a Wednesday before there's any real injury news.
Oh, here we go. Now that he got a little bit closer, now I can taste it. These 2 games up. Look at him. Now he's fighting for it. Now look at this. Look at this, Tom.
I say we will talk about this, and we'll see where we
go. When I have a group circle, I'm going to enjoy my 3 buffer lead going into this week. Sorry, Dave. So you know where I'm going.
Log bastard.
I am sliding so hard. I am sliding.
Surpass Dom.
I'm ready.
I'm going to catch him. I love it. Pit of misery with these two. Put him in jail.
Yeah, Jake grabbed him by the belt and just said yeet, and he goes down.
You got yeeted by the belt.
I did. You said it too. And I'm sliding. I've been sliding for 3 or 4 weeks now. Ever since I said, "Oh, Colton, I'm knocking every week. I'm in this," and then now I said it.
You were focused on the wrong person. Someone remember how to pick games.
I was focused on the wrong person because I wasn't focused on myself, and here I am. I'm sliding down this.
And he gave you 2 bones, man. Crazy, 2 bones, and you still didn't take them.
I know. I hate this. I hate everything.
What do we got?
All right. So Thursday Night Football here. The Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys. We are all sweeping Dallas. No faith in Geno, and we might be thinking he's going to write back at some point here. But yes, clean sweep for the boys here. Indianapolis at Tennessee. Colton is lone wolfing the Tennessee Titans.
Sure am. Yeah.
A big believer in Billy Jeans and Derrick Henry.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to ride with the man that's tortured them. So I'm going to take Sir Derrick Henry.
Just saying, Derrick Henry had a bad game when the first time they played this season. But just saying.
Right. They also had who knows that quarterback. So yeah, give me the Titans. I want to hear a bunch of touchdown Titans. Just give me.
Ow, my ears.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, the guy voice really loud, so.
Atlanta at the Jets. We are all sweeping Atlanta. Colton, I'm glad to see you on this side here.
Hold on, Colton. Are you even allowed
to Jets blow? I'm not taking
to pick Atlanta? I think out of premise, you're not allowed. You're just not allowed to pick them.
He goes Jets blow.
Jets blow, man. I am
Out of
not touching
premise, you're not allowed.
There was no argument other than Jets blow.
If it wasn't the Jets, I'm not taking Atlanta. Trust me, I will die on that L.
And then we go to Detroit, traveling to New Orleans. We are all sweeping the Detroit Lions on this one.
I'm tired of dying on the Saints, though. I truly am tired of it.
This is the week that they win, then.
They probably will. There's
And then they'll sucker Colton right back in.
They will. Dom, your bone of the week, Dom. Saints, take it.
Fuck no. I'm definitely riding Detroit. I've been high on Detroit all season. I'm not doing the New Orleans mess at the moment.
And then we go to Houston. We stay in the South for Denver at the Texans. We are split 50-50 here. Jake and I are taking the Broncos, and Colton and Dom are Texans.
I don't even like this pick. I don't. This is like
Okay, this is the third. I'm gonna do this. This is the third week in a row. I'm gonna do this for you. This is the one. You take the other side.
yeah, I really might because I don't know if Will noticed ahead of time.
Go ahead.
But going through the picks and going through the document right now, my cursor is on that square because
Oh no, I thought you were talking about earlier where you tried to change my one pick to something that's a little provocative, but
I don't remember. But yeah, I know Will making his picks, and I just wrote in the square that he was on. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I just said I bought Denver too, but Houston's good, man.
Come on, we're gonna hear this. We're gonna hear all this bull crap talk for him now.
Do a thing.
Here's the thing. If we're going to talk strategy here, me picking the same as Colton on these split games is a good strategy for me with the gaps. But at the same time, I don't like using the strategy thing. I would rather just give the people the actual picks.
You better hope that you get this week because Will might start closing some ground.
Oh, I know. I'm screwed. I've been sliding nonstop. I really do think Denver could get under a rookie quarterback skin like that, though, and that's my biggest biggest issue.
Yeah, we're gonna put a pitch clock on this kid before he doesn't.
You know what? I'll switch. I've clicked something wrong. I have clicked doing something wrong. I will take.
cool. Colton game on Dom. That's awesome.
Lone wolfing. I love it.
Let's see. The Chargers at New England. We were all picking the Chargers, and if Chargers end up losing, Brandon Staley needs to be thrown into the Boston Harbor, along with all the tea that's still left up there.
I don't even want the Patriots to win a game. I want them to win this game. It's just it, man.
Oh, we didn't bring back the meter because we said before the meter is going to be above the graph.
Well, it can't technically because the top is fired. So,
well, I mean, it can because it said barring a miracle. Barring a miracle.
All right, let's get this show on the road here. So. We got Arizona at Pittsburgh. We're all clean sweeping Pittsburgh in the hopes that maybe Baby Gronk will be continuing to put on another great performance this week. Miami at Washington. We are all sweeping Miami. I don't think we have to talk any more about this. Carolina at Tampa Bay. We're all sweeping Tampa Bay. I did put in Carolina with a bunch of question marks because I wasn't really too sure. But I'm going to be sticking with Tampa Bay. We are split here for the 49ers and the Eagles. Jake and I are taking the Eagles, and Dom and Colton are taking the Niners.
Oh, not this kid again. Oh, God.
Riding with my dogs.
Any comment? Anything on that?
I mean, this is a tough freaking game, man. San Fran's very healthy, though, at the moment, and these are like the battle of juggernauts at the moment. So this is just
this is why I'm going as this is your NFC title game. Get it now, Eagles get it later. It's kind of where I'm at with it.
I mean, that's fair. That's very fair.
San
Fran here is playing for more emotionally than the Eagles are.
Oh no, the Eagles have said you've done a lot of crying. You can come if you want it. You can come get it.
Well,
there's been a lot of that. To James Bradbury, they asked about Debo's comments.
Yeah,
and Bradbury doesn't say anything. He's just like, "Yep," with this big shit eating grin. He's just like, "Yeah." You can talk all you want. You can come get it.
We got Cleveland at the Rams. Jake put in QB earlier. I put in a bunch of question marks. We were all sweeping the Rams here on this. The most elite quarterback to ever play the game might be starting at QB1 on Sunday.
Yeah, it's like the unlikelihood that. I mean, I'm going to pick the Rams either way, I think, because I forgot about Garrett too.
And then Sunday Night Football, we got Kansas City at Green Bay. We're all sweeping Kansas City on this one.
Naturally.
And Monday Night Football, Cincinnati at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is the sweeping pick. And that, ladies and gentlemen, rounds out our show. You can listen to us on all the links below. If you want to go back, probably 3 minutes into the show, that's where you can listen to me say it all again. As always, I am Will. That's Jake. That's Dom. And that's Colin. And we are For the Fan. Tune in next week to see whether the Atlanta Falcons are going to be, still reigning supreme at the number one top of the division of the NFC South. And maybe Colin will hit the gritty when the Steelers win again, going across that background there. He's so blurry, I can't even tell.
So blurry and frozen. He's doing all those things, you can't even see it.
Everyone, tune in next week. Every Wednesday, we are live. Thank you, and have a great week. And good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever time you're listening. So.